Faye's Love is dedicated to servicing women affected by cancer, including breast cancer. I lost my grandmother, Nanny Faye, to breast cancer after caring for her with my cousin. While other children were out playing and enjoying their summer, I was taking care of my loved one. Breast cancer not only takes a toll on the patient, but also their families. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer over the course of their lifetime.
I had a rare form of cancer I was diagnosed with, and it's called thymoma, and it's a cancer of the thymus. And as children, we need it. It's there when we first were born, but as we grow up, it's supposed to dissipate, and mine's kept growing. I was diagnosed in June of 2007 after a car accident. A chest x-ray, and he decided to go further down on the chest area, and that's when he noticed that there was a spot there. And he asked me, he said, have you ever smoked? And I said, never in my life. And then he said, well, I'm a little alarmed for what the chest x-ray shows, so I will refer you to a pulmonologist just for him to go and check to make sure your lungs are okay. So I went to the pulmonologist, and there he took some chest x-rays, and when he looked at it, and he determined that it was cancer. When I seen the pulmonologist, he went and referred me to an oncologist. I had just recently moved here to Atlanta. I was only here for like 2 months, didn't know anyone, so I entrusted him as far as the referral. Went to the oncologist and seen the oncologist, and then he verified it as well, so I was alone at the time I was initially told, grade 4. So I broke down, of course, but it was just so happened that the nurse that was there, her husband was married. She was married to my neighbor. He was my former neighbor growing up, knowing him for years, and it just shows how God just made me feel like I was not alone. So I felt like I was there with some family member. And so she embraced me, and then she and I went and made the call to my mom. They were shocked. I guess at the time when I shared it with them, it was like a sea of emotions. They were feeling fear, anger, certain family members, not angry with God, but just angry that it happened to me. But I think they were very supportive. Not that I think, I know. They were very supportive. They rallied around me, not just my immediate family, but my extended family. And then they kind of supported me through the process, prayed with me, was there to help with, taking me to chemo, back and forth, because I was getting chemo once every 3 weeks. So they would take turns to come and spend that time with me. Very supportive, I couldn't say the least. It can strike anyone at any given time. And when it does, it doesn't mean that it's a death sentence. In spite of what the doctor's reports may state, because if you look at my report, it was stage 4. So they were thinking, according to them medically, that I wouldn't make it. But God's grace and His mercy, we understand, because I have my faith and belief in God, that knowing that He is a healer and He's the ultimate physician. So if anyone is diagnosed, don't give up. There's always hope, and I say that you can find hope in the midst of despair. As long as the blood is running warm through your veins, and have the ability to talk, you have the ability to give God the praise and the honor, and then just see Him work miracles. And I am a living miracle. Because here it is, 11 years, going on 11 years later, I end up losing my lung. To only have one lung because it spread to the lung. And I'm not on oxygen. That's a blessing. My faith. I think not knowing growing up where I was always, gravitated to the church and had that foundation that was set, not knowing that I really would need that foundation to fall upon. And that's what keeps me going. My faith and belief in God and knowing that He loves me, He has a purpose for me to still be here, to beat the odds against what all doctors think. They're still just amazed when I go to visit, do their doctor's visits. My pulmonologist, I have a big stack, second volume, literally, like this. And he prays with me because he's a believer. He's saying according to the records, I shouldn't be here. But he knows because of God that I am still. I would give to other women is to know your body, to be in tune to what's happening in your body. Because your body gives you a signal, it sends a message to let you know that something may not be right or considered normal, to go and get checked out. Although mine was not breast cancer, but even for women, to make sure they have the annual mammograms, but even other forms of cancer, just to make sure that you get your regular pap smears done annually, just to stay in tune. Secondly, I would say to live life full, because every day is a blessing. Don't take it for granted. There might be some difficult times. Life has its ups and downs, its twists and its turns. But the thing is that God can make those crooked paths straight. And long as you have the faith, which is thirdly, is you'll make it. And you'll be the ultimate example for others to see miracles, a walking miracle.
I have ductal carcinoma in situ. I was diagnosed in 2015 with stage 0 ductal carcinoma in situ. The first time when I was diagnosed, I was 19 years old and I was diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer. I found out at the age of 19, I went to a regular scheduled gynecology appointment. And the doctor, my doctor at the time, Dr. Williams, which was at Emory, did my annual pap smear, and it came back giving a false positive. And after that, he called me back in. I went back into the office the next week. And we did another test, and we did a biopsy at that time, and the biopsy came back showing that I was at a stage 4. It was aggressive and it spread. The second time I was diagnosed in 2015, going to a regular scheduled mammogram, my yearly mammogram, and the tech at the time, her face wasn't so positive, and I could tell that something was wrong, but she never let on that something was not showing right or something looked suspicious. She just kept telling me, I need to do more film. I need to do some more shots. I need to get a better view. And so when she did 3 more views, she told me her look just was not assuring to me, and she never let on that something was wrong. She just told me that my doctor would be calling me like maybe tomorrow. And so I found out the next week, or actually the same day, I was called in to my doctor's office to come in and asked to go to a breast specialist because they found something abnormal in the breast. And so that was in April. That was April 20th, and the week after I was diagnosed with breast cancer. The first time when I was diagnosed at 19, I did not share it with my family at all. So no one knew in my family that I was diagnosed with cervical cancer at the age of 19. I decided that I would not share that with them because I had lost all my uncles and my aunts in that year, and I lost an aunt the same week that I was diagnosed, so I could not share that with my mom or my family because I felt like they would say that, oh my God, now you're gonna die too. So I didn't share that with my family. I've just since told my family this past maybe 2-3 years that I was diagnosed with cervical cancer, so I didn't share that with them until here recently. In 2015, I decided to grab all my family. I called a family meeting and we all met, and I shared the news with them then. So this time around, I felt like it was important for me to let them know because I have children now, and at the age of 19, I didn't have kids, but and now being a divorced woman, I felt the need that I need to share that with my family. My friends and family, when receiving the news, it was very calm in the room. It was still, it was very quiet. It was a little emotional. No one had any words to say. I assured everybody, because of my personality, I assured everybody that this too shall pass and I would get through this, and that I just needed their support. But it was hard. It was hard on my daughters. I have 2 daughters. It was hard on my mom and my sister. And especially being told maybe a couple of years ago that I was diagnosed at 19 with cancer, that I didn't let anyone know. So now I felt it important to walk this journey, not alone this time, but with family this time and friends. When I shared it with my coworkers at school, I think they kind of all lost it. They all lost it, but they have all been on the journey with me. So it has been, this time around has been a supportive journey this time because I have people that are with me by my side. The one thing that I wish people knew about cancer is that it's not a death threat. You can live with cancer for a very long time, until the end of your days, because now medicine has changed throughout the years now. Medicines and treatment now, and especially early intervention, is the #1 key. Once you find out that you're diagnosed with a cancer, you need to take precaution and do early intervention. You have control over your body. You have control of this disease if you would just take preventative measures and be proactive. So not to be scared and not to feel like that you're alone, because you're not alone. There's so many doctors and so many researchers that are, going above and beyond, finding new avenues to take that we can do now to help us along this journey. So it's not a death threat. It's not a death sentence. You're not gonna be dead if you take preventative measures now. God first, my faith. God, if I did not have Him, I could not walk this journey. And having faith, because faith is all I have, which gives me hope. And so staying positive is not an option, it's a must. And because I have my daughters, my family, my co-workers, and every woman that I meet that's on this journey, and men and males that are on this journey, we keep each other lifted. And so when you find out that you're not alone, you can walk this road with your head held high in confidence, with knowing that you're going to get through this because you're not alone. My advice that I would give women is to please go out and get yourselves regularly checked. Get your mammograms, even when they tell you you're not old enough. You demand that you get a mammogram. You demand as a male to get a mammogram because you can have it too. We know now that 1 in every 8 women are diagnosed every day, every 3 seconds, and that I go to a doctor appointment that a woman is being diagnosed and a male is being diagnosed. Now it's 1 in every male now, 1 in 2 that are being diagnosed. And so what I can give for advice for anyone is that please, as a woman, do your self-mammogram, do your self-exams when you're doing your showers. And then not only that, you take it a step further and you go to the doctor. If you feel something weird, if it looks weird, if it doesn't feel right, if you're not feeling, the best, go to the doctor, get yourself checked, and let them tell you whether it's a yay or nay. And whatever the answer is, just know that you're not by yourself. You're not on this journey alone, and it is not a death sentence.
I survived from stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. I was diagnosed December the 3rd of 2017. I became very sick. They thought it was pneumonia, and I couldn't shake the pneumonia, so I went to the hospital, and my blood tests were skyrocketing. My white blood count was through the roof, and I was admitted, and with a series of tests in the hospital, and then a week later I found out that I was diagnosed with stage 4. I told my mom, kind of like told most of people. It was a slow process though, because it was the holidays. So a lot of people didn't know until like after the new year, because it was just such a sensitive time. But mostly everyone found out through social media. A lot of my family and friends are on Facebook, like my close family friends. So I just put it on Facebook, and at that point I was chill, I was kind of content what I was going through, so I was emotionally able to share. So I kind of waited probably like a month before I told everyone. They were really supportive. People said their words of encouragement constantly throughout the whole process. It's crazy because people that you don't expect do more than people that are closer to you in some ways. So it was people coming out the woodwork that I've met in passing, whether it was in college or in my career, that really showed up for me. So it was a good feeling to feel that love. That can happen to you, and that there is like another side of this, that people think cancer and think your death date, and it's not. It's just like anything else. You can move past it, and you can move forward and have a better life than what you had before cancer. I call it BC and AC, just like Christ. My AC life is popping. My relationship with God is really how I stay positive, because I know where He's taking me, and I know He's going to show me all the things and show me all of this life that He wants me to live if it wasn't for me to live. So I just stay, strong in my faith, and know that there is, because I'm in it, another side of any and everything that I go through. No matter what you're going through, your family, your kids, your career, you have to put yourself first. And when something's not feeling right, go to the doctor, get some blood drawn, and just see about yourself. And that's really like the first the initial step of self-care. Like, you self-care with nails, with hair, with all this other stuff. Self-care with what's important, which is your actual functional body, because without your health, there is no wealth. Nothing comes after that if your body can't function.